moment. Let's do a sound off here. Our NBA insider extraordinaire, the man Shams, he was on Pat McAfee's show yesterday. He was talking about the New York Knicks and their potential offseason plans and Kevin Durant. And listen to this.
There's going to be some level of change to this Knicks roster. Now, do you go for a landmark player? Do you try to look into Giannis Antetokounmpo? Do you look at Kevin Durant? On Kevin Durant, I will say this. The Knicks, there was some mutual interest between Kevin Durant and the Knicks at the trade deadline. The Knicks made an offer for Kevin Durant at the NBA trade deadline. Obviously, there was no Kevin Durant trade. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, hold on a minute. He just told you that there was mutual interest between the Knicks and Kevin Durant at the trade deadline. Obviously, that didn't happen. The Knicks right now are clearly demonstrating they are in win-now mode. They just fired a coach who took them to the conference finals. The NBA draft is 3 weeks from yesterday. So we're talking about basically 2.5 weeks between now and the time where a trade like this might get made. Do you believe the New York Knicks should be willing to do what it takes to trade for Kevin Durant to try and put them into the championship?
Of course you have to do whatever it takes. It's cinema. You get Kevin Durant into the Mecca, into the Garden. What is that not only going to do for the NBA and the fans, but the New York Knicks were a couple games away from being in the finals. So this takes them over the top. And then, like I said, having a talent, having a Hall of Famer like Kevin Durant, his leadership, adding to those younger guys, his ability to be able to get a bucket at any time. And the roof is going to be off the charts in the Garden if you see Kevin Durant out there.
Marcus, let's do some math. New York Knicks plus Kevin Durant equals what?
Equals finals. Equals finals. The Boston Celtics are the best team in the East, right? We're not going to take nothing away from Indiana. They're hurt right now. So if you add in Kevin Durant to a New York team with all the pieces that they have, obviously they'll have to come off a few, and that'll be interesting to see who they actually come off of. But the key thing is, we know KD going to sit out 10, 15 games. Like, they still have a team that can win without him being there. What we've seen in Phoenix this year is when Kevin Durant sat, the team was significantly worse, right? Like, that was the glaring part. And now you get to play in New York in the Garden. I played in the Garden for a half a season. The best place, it's the best place to play. And I don't know if Kevin Durant knows this, but I'm going to tell you this. You will really enjoy it, brother. It's a great organization, great fan base. New York is popping, and I think he will fit perfectly, seamlessly.
This reminds me so much of July in 2019, being a part of that thing with the boardroom and KD when he went to Brooklyn. The thought around KD going to Madison Square Garden was legitimate. Rich Kleiman, who is his manager and runs 35 Ventures and Company, is a diehard New York Knicks fan. And the reality is the pieces just didn't seem to be there for New York at that time. And the thought of what it could have been with Kyrie Irving, the situation seems so much more stable now with leadership and the pieces that they have, that the timing right now in 2025 feels like the most elite timing for the Knicks to go over the hump and win a world championship.
So suddenly,
just being honest,
we've got an unbelievable finish in Game 1 of the Finals, and we have both Giannis and Kevin Durant very likely in play in the next 2 weeks. Don't miss a moment. Mutual interest between the Knicks and KD. We know, Brian Windhorst, that the Knicks are in win-now mode. They just fired a coach who took them to Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. That's about as championship or bust as you can possibly be. If there was interest then, will there be interest now? The draft is in less than 3 weeks. What should we be expecting?
Well, the big thing here is how is a Kevin Durant trade going to operate? Because remember, the Suns have a completely new front office and a completely new coaching staff. Brian Gregory has really a very minimal track record of how he's going to operate here. And one thing that Kevin Durant has made clear, if he's going to leave the Suns, he would like to have control over where he goes. If that ends up being the case, I would expect the Knicks to be on his short list, and I would expect the Knicks at the very least to at least explore it. Whether it happens or not is a different story because the Eastern Conference is so wide open. But I can't emphasize enough, with the Durant trade, it is not 100% clear yet whether the Suns are going to want to control it, or whether Durant is going to want to control it in conjunction with the Suns. That's a very important facet.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. And again, anything that may happen, we would expect to happen before the draft. So that's less than 3 weeks from now. Marcus, do the mathematical equation for me. The New York Knicks plus Kevin Durant equals what?
It gotta be Eagles finals appearance, right? Like they were that close without Kevin Durant. Now you add Kevin Durant on a deep team. Obviously, you know, with him coming over there, that it's going to be some big moves made. I don't see the Phoenix Suns wanting to start over. So you know, it's going to be some significant pieces that's moved with him. But KD to NYC, sound good to me.
Markieff, what do you think?
KD in the Garden is just must-watch TV. It does everything for the NBA. It brings back viewership. It has the excitement of seeing KD in the Garden night in and night out. It brings New York back, having him in the Mecca. But just like you said, somebody's going to have to go. Now, if you can figure out how to keep a nucleus, and I don't think is Mikal back to Phoenix. So, you have to figure out how.
Yes, he is. Figure out how to make the trade.
Figure that how does that work and how does that look?
Quick take.
Just Jalen Brunson and Kevin Durant, surgical in the half court. It already feels like one of the best offensive teams in the NBA.
But team. You see what we're watching right now?
Team.
You need a team. You have to complete that team, man.
And we'll find out. We don't even know who the Knicks coach is going to be yet, and I don't know if they know who is going to be yet. We have.
I'm on fire. It's NBA,